Mind needs food to survive. It needs an occupation, an engagement. Without an activity, mind, and with it, the identified human being feels extremely frustrated. First, a desire, a want, an attraction, or a lust arises in the human mind. As soon as the seed of desire sprouts, the mind starts trying ways to protect and nurture it. Mind acts compulsively and obsessively to fulfill that desire. Endless stream of thoughts of hows, whats, and whens in relation to that desire creates a pressure inside the mind. And this constant compulsive, uncomfortable feeling about a desire is what we call as anxiety. The more one feels the pressure to fulfill the desire, the more the intensity of anxiety. Now, after trying long and hard by the human being, if the desire is not fulfilled, then frustration rises. Already the pressure thoughts were troubling him, but now a sense of hopelessness creeps in. Unable to get what the mind set out to achieve, unable to understand what to do, unable to find the door, and unable to change a thing which has troubled for a very long time, mind generates intense thoughts of dissatisfaction, which we call as anger. But desire and anger are not totally useless. They do have a value. Desire makes one active, else there is a high possibility that the individual will become dull and then dead. Anger gives the necessary push to try to achieve that which one had so far believed to be beyond his capacity. So, desire and anger are not the problem. Problem begins when the human being becomes unconsciously attached with the same desire and anger. That is, now not he, but the desires and the anger controls him. And then, because of clouded intelligence and desperation, out of helplessness, a misconduct or an unrighteous act occurs. And now from here, that which was one person's problem now spreads. And now it starts affecting and bothering first the family, then the society, and then the whole world, bringing disturbance in the peace. One spiritually unaware person is not only a problem for himself, but is a burden for the whole humanity. Now here's a story from Ramcharitmanas. Once Narad Muni wanted to marry a beautiful lady, and so he frankly divulged it to his mentor, that is God Vishnu, and sought his help. God understood that this desire will spoil the spiritual growth of Narad Muni, and so he played a trick and spoiled the game. Narad Muni got disheartened, and after losing the lady, he desired so passionately. And in extreme anger, he punished his own mentor, God Vishnu, that one day he too will love a lady and then get separated from her. And then God Vishnu will realize the pain of separation and spoiling of a love story. The punishment came true when, after Ravan abducted Mother Sita, Lord Ram, the avatar of God Vishnu, felt lost and dejected. He was like a heartbroken lover who was terribly missing his love. That day, seeing God in pain, Narad Muni came to him and taunted and asked, "Lord, when I wanted to get married, you didn't let that happen and taught me a lesson on desires. But then today, why, even after knowing the truth, you yourself got married and now suffering the same pain of separation. Is the lecture of desire just for the seeker like me? On one hand, you are weeping in separation, while on the other hand, you are advising others to not to desire a female and remain focused on the path of freedom from ego. Either you should have allowed me to get married, or you yourself shouldn't have loved and married Mother Sita. And then I would have understood and accepted your advice. Hearing the words of Lord Narad Muni, God Ram smiled and replied, Narad ji, you are like a little child to me. A child innocently gets interested and chases a snake or fire, but his mother always keeps a watch and rescues him. In the act of rescuing, there are chances that mother burns herself or gets bitten by the snake. Consider desire as the snake and anger as the fire. I, being your guardian, wanted to rescue you from the snake of desire, and in the process of protecting you from touching the snake, got bitten by it. Lord Ram then smilingly says that by playing this Leela of separation, I want human beings to learn the repercussions of desire and attachment. And playing this Leela of pain, I am very happy inside, as I have at least rescued you from the same pain. This was a suffering in your account which I took on myself. Lord Ram explains why and how, when no matter how hard we try, yet our desire is not fulfilled. Desiring is human, but fulfillment of desire is God's decision. The point is that only God, who is the infinite universal intelligence, knows what's good or what's bad for you. Human being has a myopic vision, but the Lord sees the larger picture. We don't know why we are failing. We don't understand why our desire, which could be very small and totally righteous, is still not fulfilled. But we can be assured that there is some good in it, which we are not realizing now. One who believes in the Lord must have absolute faith that what is happening is as per the will of his Lord Ram, who is doing it for only one purpose, and that is well-being. The idea is to surrender your will to the universal intelligence. To desire and to work for the desire is the right of every human being, but the outcome of that effort is only in the hands of the Supreme. Accepting this truth, one can save himself from the anxiety. That is the unnecessary pain that comes with desires. Jai Shri Ram.